do this. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
So first off, we just have to talk about this because here, I'll model it. You talk.
Okay, so this is a new figure I got yesterday.
Yeah, I
It's
couldn't see it.
Bandai Tamashii Nations movie realization.
Yes.
The what's he called? The box is right over here. The Ashigaru Stormtrooper. So it's our beloved Stormtrooper, but modeled in very Japanese-inspired armor, samurai armor.
That is awesome.
Packing a katana blade. I like his blaster because it looks like the classic blaster, but it's got the wood and metal paint on it and a little flintlock action on there.
It is. I mean, this is an awesome figure.
Yeah, the camera doesn't do it justice, but the paint
really
job
doesn't.
on this is amazing.
But it looks awesome.
So, there's a Vader one out there as well, and a Boba Fett one too. And Boba Fett's got like on his boots, he's got like got these like ninja daggers and stuff.
Yeah,
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet looking.
He's gonna fight Pyramid Head throughout the show.
Because Pyramid Head's basically a Jedi.
We can't see Pyramid Head in the shot, but
There we go.
that's better.
It's a little better. A little.
Are we too close?
There. How's that? It's a little better. So yeah, we're here.
We are here. And we're happy to be here. We
Yes.
don't normally broadcast on Saturdays.
Nope.
So
So if you
it'll
can
be
join
interesting
us,
to see if people join us.
but we're gonna try to get through some more Silent Hill.
Yes, Silent Hill 2. This is going to be the first game we actually complete on stream,
Yes.
which is going to be interesting. It's going to make for an interesting YouTube trilogy anyway.
Yep.
And let's get started, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it. Is there any news that we need to know?
I don't think so.
Excuse me.
Not that I can think of.
I haven't even had a chance to look at the news.
Been kind of
So I
a
don't
busy
even
day.
know.
So let's just jump in and
Let's
start playing.
do it. We're playing.
So I chose the new voices for this for tonight.
Really? Oh, right on. Let's do
I
it.
think the voice of James is actually Troy Baker.
Troy Baker, yeah, we talked about that.
Cool.
Yes. I'll turn the sound down on the game just a hair because we're not being very loud.
Is that better?
It's picking us up.
All right.
Okay, so where we ended was, are we going to go through that period again?
Yep.
Okay, so then I won't talk.
Yeah, we left off with the little.
Right after he took Maria.
Yeah. So we're gonna go.
So we have Maria back with us because we didn't save last time.
Yes.
We're going to experience that whole fun thing again.
Should be good times.
Yes. So I would like to. So, are we down the hill, down the stairs yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're headed that way now. We're headed to the door with the weird 3D hands.
Yeah, right here
It's like a big mural painting on the wall.
with 3D-ness.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the trailer for Pride and Prejudice and Zombies?
Yes, of course I did.
Are you a fan of that kind of stuff?
Okay, so I really liked the book,
Mm-hmm.
but it looks like they're not really following the book. It looked like they're doing a lot more like the zombies
Yeah.
than the Pride and Prejudice.
I mean, I noticed there was a lot of heavy emphasis on like the sexuality,
Yeah, there was.
which it reminded me a little bit of Sucker Punch.
Little.
You know?
I mean, I liked and Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters was a great one as well.
I like the idea of it. I loved Abraham Lincoln Vampire.
I did too. I thought that book was amazing. I didn't see the movie.
The movie didn't follow the book as well, but it was
I
still
thought
an
that book was
enjoyable
amazing.
movie. Yeah,
Seriously.
it was cool.
But yeah, with Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, I was kind of like, I don't know that I'll see it. Because it doesn't seem like there's not a whole lot of Elizabeth and Darcy. There's not...
Well, it seemed like they sacrificed the cleverness of the book, of the writing, for the gore of the zombies.
Yeah, which I didn't like. Because that's the...
There he is.
I'll be honest. The reason I love Pride and Prejudice is because Darcy and Elizabeth's banter back and forth. And it didn't really seem like there was going to be a whole lot. He is creepy, dude. Like, I think a stormtrooper would crap their pants if they saw Pyramid. Like, right, this shot right here is just so
Well, he's just so
interesting.
slow moving and
Well, but I think that there's some symbolism too with the way they set that shot up.
Oh yeah, it's
the mirror,
more of that mirror, and just the music and everything.
Everything.
The slow build up of it.
Really,
he's just lurking back there.
Yeah.
I mean,
what happens if you let him catch up?
Well, he'll attack Maria, but I don't know if he ever really attacks you. Let's see. Oh yeah.
Snap! Oh snap! Yeah, he'll get you.
Sorry, dude. Just wanted to say hi.
Oh, that's funny.
Get to know him. So.
Like, and then the door shuts.
Yeah. I mean, they would have made it.
Yeah, this whole time we've been sitting here like, there's nothing going on in this place, and then the elevator shuts on its own.
Yeah. There's the kill shot.
Yes. And that's where we ended last time.
Yeah, this is where we ended. So, are we ready to start talking about?
I think we give it just a little bit more. Because isn't the next building where we learn a lot of... The next building's the Historical Museum, right?
Yeah, the Historical Society and leading down into the prison.
And that's where we learn a lot about his past. Isn't that where we learn about his life with Mary?
No, we don't learn the big revelation until the hotel.
Okay.
But you can kind of start to get a vibe if you're paying attention.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of...
Well, we kind of get a little bit of a foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Going on there.
Yep. I think we can save our discussion for a little bit.
Yeah.
Basically, I think the gist of what's going on is that James isn't as mentally stable, or even as chivalrous as he makes himself out to be.
Oh, very much so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he acts like he's concerned for his wife, and that's why he's here in Silent Hill, but...
This game is so sad, Mojo Hippie says.
Welcome, Mojo Hippie.
Why do you say that? I don't... Well, yeah, it's... Is it sad?
It's melancholic.
Yeah.
Like, especially this music here and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, do you say that from previous knowledge of the game?
Yeah, have you played the game before, Mojo Hippie?
Because I would agree with you, it is a very sad story.
Also, welcome to the stream.
Yes.
I don't think we've had Mojo Hippie on before.
I don't think so. If we have, let us know.
Yes.
But, welcome to the stream. Melancholy, yeah.
Yeah, melancholic.
Yeah, it does have a very melancholic vibe to it. Is that a word, melancholic?
Sure.
It is.
I mean, colic's a word, so melancholic's got to be a word.
Melancholera.
Previous knowledge. So Mojo Hippie's played this game before.
Good. I like when we get a previous player.
Yes.
It's a very sad story. And I think that's why it's so effective as a horror story. Because it gets in your head.
Yeah.
And it stays with you.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? Like, my first playthrough of this was in college years and years ago. And I remember absolutely hating the game when I finished it, because I didn't quite understand what had just happened. But it stuck with me. And I found myself, like, constantly thinking about it, to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm going to play this again. There's got to be more to it if I'm thinking this much about it after the fact, you know? Mm-hmm. And then that's when it started revealing its secrets to me, you know? Which is cool. I like that a game can do that. And any good...
So he never actually finished this game, but he finished the original.
Okay.
And they all have kind of that same vibe.
Yeah, I mean, they all play with the same vibes.
And even the name Silent Hill kind of has that melancholy vibe to it.
I'm so sorry. It's a very... Yeah, it's very sad.
What did I hit?
Big Daddy.
Oh, okay.
He'll make you pay.
He will.
Yeah, that's basically about it.
That's a good summary.
Yeah. Alessa isn't really Alessa. She was used to birth the god of Silent Hill, basically.
Yes.
In the bad ending.
In the bad ending.
Alright, let's get out of this hospital. Which, would you call this a hospital, looking at it?
I would call it an insane asylum.
Yeah, the ash and the fog and everything, it's a very good touch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a very clever one, because like we said before, it was originally... So Maria's dead, I couldn't protect her. Once again, I couldn't do anything to help. So he's obviously... He's struggling with his feelings on how he couldn't save his wife from her sickness. From the sickness she died from.
Yeah.
And that's basically kind of all we know about him so far in terms of his relationship with his wife, is that she was sick. It was a really tough struggle with, basically cancer. It doesn't say what the disease was, but a long, long, hard struggle.
And what I find most fascinating about James, and we'll get into this later when we finally have the reveal, but it's he says at the beginning, it's impossible that she's here because she's dead.
She's dead. She can't be.
She's dead.
But yet he still goes.
And that's what he just said now. It's like, I've got to go find Mary. It's the only thing I have left to hope for.
Yeah.
But he knows.
So notice the fog is gone in the city. Now it's just...
Because it's the dark. It's the dark side of Silent Hill.
And the nurses are out. There's a lot more enemy presence in the streets. And things are starting to get heavy,
Well, and I wanted to say, that long staircase that he descended...
It's a very literal
descent
into darkness.
Darkness, exactly.
We get to the prison, there's a very cool, another really long stairway that's, signifies another descent into madness, And it's even accompanied by the, the telltale Silent Hill siren.
Yeah.
Which is uber creepy.
Yes.
I just love how they're just giving all these supplies,
Uber symbolism in this game. Completely agree.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why we're playing it.
Yeah, that's where we're headed next. Mode is the prison.
Yes.
Which is a very cool area. Where?
It's very gritty.
Yeah, it has a grainy filter.
Yeah.
Almost looks like a cheap snuff film or something,
Well, and I mean, if you look at it from the perspective of, it's okay. So it's not like the most beautiful looking graphics,
right?
But I think because of the aesthetic they were going for, it holds up really well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't look at it and say, well, I wish it was PT's graphics.
Right.
I look at it and say, it just kind of adds to that creepy feeling of the whole city because of the graphics that we're seeing. I mean, the monsters are purposely have less polygons in them to have these sharp edges and this raggedness to them.
Yeah.
That even if it was a high-res game, I think we'd still see that same aesthetic.
I think so. I think it's all part. I mean, the art team for this game did a fantastic job.
He's played games since the 70s. It's beautiful. I agree. It is a beautiful game. I think
it's aged well.
It has aged really well. Like, I look back on Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Right.
I think that's still a beautiful game.
Yeah.
Or even like...
We talk a lot about Wind Waker, obviously.
We do. Or even Okami.
Yeah.
That game is beautiful, and I think it will always be beautiful.
Yep.
I don't care where graphics go. I think Okami will still be a beautiful video game.
Right. Yeah, sound goes a long way and can really add to something. I like reading books with background music. It adds to. It really adds to it. It's the thought process going, I think. And
Yes.
it elicits emotion.
Yes. What was that?
Monster.
What are those? We haven't seen one like that before.
And this is the only place you see him in this game.
Very creepy.
They actually show up again in Silent Hill 3. They're above me. And they walk after you. So yeah, those two. Yeah, I agree. There's some games that are just timeless, and there's a few video games that are, and those are the ones that should be considered art.
Yeah.
Let's go with the creepy art.
I think Last of Us is a timeless video game.
Yeah.
I mean, even if graphics get better and everything, I still think that game is because of its story, because of the experience and everything in it. I think it'll hang in for a long time.
I agree. Yeah, this stage screen is just off-putting for me.
It is, because it's like he's looking into a pool of blood or something.
Yeah.
I mean, what is he doing?
Yeah. It's just...
But this game does play on a lot of reflection motifs.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of mirror symbolism and looking into the abyss. And okay, let's head up to Neely's bar.
Or Gonzalo's
And
Mexican
then,
restaurant.
well, there's a really cool little thing in Neely's bar that
Right on.
I always kind of liked.
Maybe he has bloodshot eyes. I guess that's true, but I've had bloodshot eyes before, and I don't see everything in red. Maybe he just has rose-colored glasses on.
Maybe.
You know,
Maybe.
and that's why he's not afraid of the town, or he's not, acting weird and everything. It's because he's just an optimist. Everything's rosy.
Things can't be that bad.
He should drink more. I agree.
Where are we now? Happy Burger. I like how it's obviously a Burger King.
Yeah. Oh, there's a monster.
Okay.
Closed. Can you go in there?
Try to. Maybe this one. The right place. Yeah. Neely's bar. Let's go around the corner. See what we can find. Yeah, this is the door we can go through. I love that.
He
little
should
screen.
drink more, and I mean, we're headed to a bar, so.
Yeah, let's do this. I don't know why. That always creeped me out.
What does it mean, though?
Well, if you visit this place earlier, there's a hole in the window, like something broke through. And then you just come back and this is there now. It's patched up, and it says that. But what?
Who's doing that?
Who knows?
Eddie.
Maybe Eddie.
Eddie's going around, what?
And we got this one. If you really want to see Mary, you should just die. But you might be heading to a different place than Mary, James. So that's a big indicator of what's going on with this game.
Yes.
Especially what's going on with James.
Yes.
Because death, there's basically two places you can go. And if Mary is the virtuous one, the good one, the saintly one, and James isn't going the same place she is, then what is it about James?
That's a great motivation. Get your dad a drink so he won't smack you. That's a great... I completely agree. I've always thought that this town would have a very bad stench to it.
Kind of like a sulfury smell.
Yeah. there's a letter in the wrench. Which is so weird that a book in the hospital just said, yeah, go here because there's a letter and a wrench.
Yeah.
How did it know that someone else hadn't picked them up? It's in the park. Looking for tranquility. I also saw that thing. I fled, but the museum was sealed as well. Now no one dares approach that place. If you still do not wish to stop, James, I pray the Lord to have mercy on your eternal soul. So we gotta go get the key for the society building in the park.
It's buried in the park.
So... who is guiding him?
I don't know.
Who's leaving these notes for him?
Is it him? Because the argument could be that he's not really in the town of Silent Hill. The argument is that he's in his
Mind.
And so, if that's the case, then the only person who can be leaving these clues for him
Is himself.
is himself. And as he descends into madness, the town goes less from a deserted, empty, dilapidated town to the dark town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's getting further and further in. And like that note said, it didn't want the truth. I wanted tranquility. Which is kind of what James, he's not after the truth. He just...
Well, because he knows the truth.
He knows the truth.
He knows the truth.
Repressed the truth.
We know, I mean, me and you know the truth.
Yeah, we know the truth.
But... I don't know, it's just so creepy to think that your mind would be playing this kind of a trick on you. I mean, it's not, the mind's not playing a trick on him. He's willingly engaging his mind in this fantasy.
Well, and a lot of it is because he hasn't held himself responsible yet.
Yeah.
And so exactly. Building these scenarios in his mind
where he doesn't have to be, he
where
doesn't
he's
have to
not
be,
culpable.
yeah, exactly.
Which is genius.
It is.
You know.
It does, Mojo Hippie, hence why we're playing it for Halloween. It's, it's like we were talking about, really good... Yeah, who's this person?
See, so that's another, the character model, the clothes he's wearing.
If you're reading this, it means I'm already dead.
So, that's basically the same handwriting that...
Are these all memos?
Yeah.
I saw those demons, they were there, I'm certain, but my friend says he didn't see anything. If that's true, does that mean everything was an illusion? But whether that demon ate those human beings was real, or whether it was some kind of hallucination that my mind dreamed up, one thing I know for sure is that I'm beyond all hope. Interesting, given our discussion.
It's like dual sides of his personality.
I want to go on living, you're better off just sitting in the dark and staying quiet. But even that probably won't save you. If you're going to try to fight them, the most important thing is to relax. It's dangerous to fire a gun while you're all crazy with fear. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Take good aim and then squeeze the trigger, and don't forget to finish them off. I think most of these creatures can be killed even if they're tougher than people. Like, who is this leaving these notes? Obviously the man run away. That's a great one.
We didn't come here early.
Run away, run away, run away, run away.
You can find this area early in the game. So this is basically tutorial type stuff.
Okay.
We're just coming across it late, but it actually kind of makes it a little bit creepier.
It makes it a lot creepier if you see it later on in the game.
We're, halfway through the game?
Yeah, a little more than that. Yeah. That's what all the good snipers do. I mean, in TV and movies. I don't know, for real, I've never been around a real sniper. But
I'll agree with you, Mojo Hippie. This is my favorite time of the year. I like being scared.
It's my favorite time of the year because I love fall.
I like eating scary things.
I don't particularly care about the scariness. Pumpkin spice hand wash.
Pumpkin spice.
I honestly would not be surprised if Apple comes out with a pumpkin spice iPhone. The door that wakes in darkness, opening into nightmares. And there's the door with blood-stained hands on it. There's a lot of symbolism with blood in this. You know, like even putting the rings on the hand. I mean, most of the time you're putting the ring on someone else's hand. What are you doing?
You're
marrying them. You know, and so he had to marry this door in order to continue on with his descent into darkness.
So he had to commit.
He did have to commit. That's a great way of looking at it. This part of the game, I mean, the whole game has been creepy, but this is the part of the game where it starts to really, the soundtrack and everything just really starts to feel oppressive.
Well, and there's more monsters everywhere too.
Yeah,
and
just weird crap that you run into.
It's like the demons he's hiding are
coming
bursting
out.
at the
Yeah.
seams. You know, he can't contain
Whether he wants them to or
yeah,
not.
he can't contain it anymore.
And with the graininess and just the flashlight and everything, it just feels really like they're just shoving you into this darkness.
It's oppressive. It's completely oppressive.
Yeah, I mean it's great.
You know, and if you think about it, if you're guilty of something that you're trying to keep hidden, I'm not saying even minor things. You know.
Yeah.
Like. That's kind of how you feel. You feel like you're just drowning from the guilt of it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm really wanting to talk about...
Me too, but
so.
we're going to hold off just a little bit longer. This area always creeped me out, though. Because parks in general, at night, give me the heebie-jeebies. Because that's like the perfect place for hobos and suchness.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of, you never know what you're going to run into.
Right.
And, I mean, in this town, we really have no idea what we're going to run into, you know? I mean, anything could be around the next corner.
Where is this statue?
Sorry, I'm yawning a lot. Well, and I think that the main issue is the fact that your only source of information is that flashlight.
Right.
And it's kind of scary to think, okay, what happens if the flashlight dies?
Yeah.
You know, it's like when we were going through the mansion and all we had was our little teeny lights on our phones. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting there like, holy crap, what if my phone dies?
Yeah.
You know, there's just a sense of dread because you're not going to be able to see.
Yeah, I agree.
So Mojo Hippie asks, does the town really exist?
Yes.
I think that there is a version of the town that does exist. I think that this version of the town
where we currently
exists entirely in James's mind. So he went there with Mary.
Yes.
And he remembers having a wonderful time with her. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that he's ever actually been in the real town. I think this whole... I mean, in this instance, right, that we've seen him. From the moment he arrives in Silent Hill in this game, I think that he's imagining it all.
Mm-hmm.
And he's reconstructing it from the memories that he had with his visit with Mary.
Right. Which explains the weird anomalies.
Yeah.
Like broken off roads, things that exist where they shouldn't, like the long, weird hallway that we just went through.
Exactly.
With Head.
It's because he's creating it all in his mind.
His mind's building it based on past memories.
Very much like Inception, but in a much more sinister way.
Yeah.
That's why you need a Zippo. I agree. Always carry a Zippo. But yeah, I don't know. I've read other theories where at the beginning of the game, he's actually in the town, and then after that last encounter with Pyramid Head, he's actually in a different version of the town. But I think, and I don't want to get like too specific because we don't want to talk about this yet, but just the fact that Pyramid's there makes me say it's in his head.
Well, and Pyramid Head is there from basically the beginning. The very first area of the game, not, that you start actually exploring the apartments, he's there.
He's there.
I mean, it doesn't take him long to make his presence known.
Yeah, exactly. And I really want to talk about who he is and what he represents, but I want to wait a little longer before we do it.
Okay, let's head to the Historical Society.
Let's do it. I mean, and just okay. So here's my reasoning behind why I think he's why the entire thing is in his head.
Okay.
Is because we've only met 3 people, like actual humans, in the town. We've got Ashley. What's the girl's name? Something E.
What is her name?
Liza.
There's Laura.
Laura.
Who's the little girl?
Laura.
There's Eddie.
Laura, Eddie, and Maria.
Well, and then the other girl that we got the knife from.
Oh, yeah.
What was her name?
I don't remember. So there's 4.
Angela,
maybe. But only 4 people. And yet we see constantly signs of life everywhere. We've got abandoned cars. Like, there's another car. There's houses, There's, hey, you're at, could go here. So there's obviously an advertising or a billboard agency somewhere in the area. There's signs of life, but we never encounter them. Which is kind of, when I think back to my dreams, when I, am dreaming about Brazil, I remember specific people, but the rest of it just feels empty, And so this reminds me very much of a dream, because I know that there should be a car in that parking spot, but I have no idea who the car belongs to,
right.
And so I don't see the person it belongs to, because my mind's like, that's not an important detail. Who the car belongs to is not an important detail.
Yeah.
Just the fact that the car's there is enough.
Right.
And so it does really
Yeah, let us know if that helped.
I just unplugged our mic. But anyway, like I was saying, I think that Angela represents that his innocent side, and we constantly see her put in situations where she could be doing harm to herself.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, James is basically killing off that side of his personality. Anyway, it's just a theory.
No, which is fine. I mean, it's worth thinking about. Should we head down? Should we give a few seconds?
Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait just a minute.
Because this is a really cool part.
Yes.
I really like this part. How many people are watching?
Just Mojo Hippie.
So I must have people that
Are watching with him.
tuning in with him. My boy's had a long day. Very grumpy.
Well, tomorrow's a big day for him.
Yeah,
That's gonna be so painful
it is.
for people on the stage. I feel so bad.
Me too. I always feel bad.
With Chad and Cash sitting next to each other, I was kind of like, I told Becca afterwards, maybe not have them sit next to each other. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't understand. It's like I can't wrap my head around why kids never take us seriously. It's like I say to my son, seriously, you have until I count to 5, and then you don't get to play video games the rest of the night.
Yeah.
He just starts freaking out. It's like, I don't want you to count. Well, just come on, do what I want you to do, and then it's not a problem.
Yeah. Well, like with Cash, like, you get to that point, like, okay, you lost it. You lost that privilege. He's like, no, give me another chance. I was like, no,
Yeah,
that was your
one.
chance.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
so.
I love kids.
I don't know, they're fun. It's an adventure.
It is an adventure. All right.
What's going
I
on?
don't know when he's. I don't know what he's coming back, but let's just
Let's
play.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just like the sound and everything here.
Well, it's completely silent.
Yeah. Except for
The siren. And again, like, this is such an improbable area.
Yeah, it's not even like a stairway. It's like a ramp.
It's weird. It's like you can slide down it if you want.
Yeah.
And it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
It's like, at this point, I would be like, nah,
No,
I'm
not
done.
going down here.
I don't know what busted out of here. It's obviously not a safe place. Because something busted out.
Yeah.
Because all the shards were on our side of the wall. So something came out.
Okay, so now notice that siren is getting louder
Yes.
and more frequent.
So this pyramid its lair.
Not quite.
We encounter him, though, don't we? Thought we did. So we're under the ritual. I mean, the game literally makes you. I mean, it feels heavier.
Yeah.
The more we go into it, it gets more and more oppressive. It's impressive the way it does that. Crimson White Banquet for the Gods. You need to see the picture. Death by skewering. Execution of the person in prison. Death by skewering or strangling. To choose his death as the prisoner's last taste of freedom. Yes. The prison camp. Built during the Civil War, later became Tampa Prison.
It's a very cheery place already.
Yeah. Definitely a place I want to be. Will you jump down?
Regular logic? No. Video game logic? Why not?
With no way of coming back up.
Yeah. See, and this is another weird thing about,
Yeah.
this idea of impossible spaces. Like, jumping down this hole.
And falling.
Like, what purpose would that have?
Yeah. It's their form of solitary.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally the hole.
But it's like, what is he standing on? Because
Yeah,
it's
it's like
transparent.
translucent. Water?
But it's not water.
Could it look deeper underneath it,
Yeah.
And then there's no...
There's no way out. Oh, this is different. All of a sudden there's a door.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very disturbed. It has a disturbed vibe. Are those lights?
Yeah, you can't hear some flies. Yeah, it's making me starting to get uncomfortable.
Yes. Bible writing key. Whatever that means.
Is that which leadeth thee to purgatory? Oh, it's dark in here now.
What happened to your flashlight?
It's locked.
What happened to your flashlight?
Nothing happens.
See, this is what I'm
That's
talking
what you were
about.
talking about.
Is this
Good
this
thing we
thread?
found this in the hospital.
Yes. That's not That's not creepy at all.
Not at all.
That is creepy.
I love it.
I don't know that I love
See,
it.
now you've got doors on the walls here.
Yeah, this is so weird.
Things are starting to just get really odd.
And I mean, the added to the overall uneasiness is these rooms that you can't open. Some in the cockroach room.
Sure you don't want to stick around and watch the spookiness? Sorry.
Ethan on the back.
How dare he?
He was mad that I told him to go brush his teeth.
He's exhausted. Good luck.
So you open the gate with the spiral key.
The gate on the floor,
Yeah.
mind
Which,
you. So,
how does that know you're going to
Sure.
jump down again?
see, now this looks like the doorway we're standing in. That would normally be the floor of this hallway. You
Yeah,
see
exactly.
the light in the
Yeah.
corner?
Yeah.
Like, it's just things
It's
are
weird.
just like, and like no warning either. Things just completely start going nuts in here.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's an amazingly creepy level because of that.
Yes. Beyond the fact that
And he's
how can it
literally
be so far down in the earth?
Descending, yeah,
It's
yeah,
weird.
he's literally descending into madness.
Yes.
He's like down the rabbit hole, you know.
Very much. And then it's just like, I landed. Hi,
And
Eddie.
there's Eddie sitting with a gun.
Killing a person ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head. Pow! You killed him? But it wasn't my fault. He made me do it.
Calm down, Eddie. Just tell me what happened.
That guy, he had it coming. I didn't do anything. He just came after me. Besides, he was making fun of me with his eyes, like that other one.
Just for that, you killed him?
What do you mean, just for that?
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because the way they looked at you.
Oh, yeah? Why not? Till now, I always let people walk all over me. Just like that stupid dog. He had it coming, too.
Eddie.
I was just joking, James. He was dead when I got here. Honest. Anyway, I gotta run.
Oh, you're going out there alone?
Yeah.
Eddie.
The models in this game are crazy
They
and
are.
unsettling. I just can't. Marked with bullet holes. He was dead when I got here.
Hey, makes sense.
So I just decided to pump him full of lead.
Sure. Why not? Target practice, right?
Isn't there a key next to him?
That's what I thought, but I think it's a spoon because I couldn't grab it. I thought it was a key, too.
Well, we are in the cafeteria.
Yeah. Delicious. Yeah, see, there's another one right there. Grilled frankfurters.
Oh, there's a safe spot. Isn't that a safe spot?
Now, what's creepy here? You see that picture on the wall? See in the corner? There's the dead guy sitting at the table.
Yes. But in the light version of the room.
Yeah.
I got the tablet of Gluttonous Pig. Sounds like a nickname for Eddie.
Here we get into the weird puzzles of Silent Hill. There's the safe spot. Is that the one you saw?
Yeah.
I hope Mojo comes back.
Me too.
How would you come? Hope our sound's okay.
That part sounds okay too. I'm gonna check it real quick.
Can pick up our voices already.
Sound good to me?
We still don't have a map of this area.
No. Well, I mean, why would we? It seems almost like his mind is making it up as we go. Which this is all in his mind. What the crap are those?
Oh, yeah.
Another plugged toilet. So now you're in the cells.
Just, the sound design of this place is amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know we're underwater, so the fact that there's water on the ground is somewhat unsettling.
Yeah.
Because, is it leaking? What did you just pick up?
The Seductress tablet.
Okay.
We have the Gluttonous Pig, the Seductress, who could be Maria.
Yes. For all intents and purposes, is dead.
She just got off.
By
Watch
here.
Look at that. You know, that's another thing about it. It's a weird place to put a prison. I really like it. So it makes me wonder if I think some prisons are crazy from that experience.
Why would they put a prison under the lake?
No, that's not. In his mind, it's under the lake.
Right, right,
and
in the note. But we did have that note. I mean, there was that sign in the park that said all those souls who perished
under the water.
Which could it be there? Hey, there's Isabel. Could it be that the prison's work? But I just don't see it being. I don't see that actually happening in real life. Like, that's not going to happen.
Right. See, something came through here.
Yes, something did. Got the lighter. What was that?
Just to mess with him. Sorry, was there something in the bathroom? That's all.
I often find it useful to save a moment. You know,
Why not?
it's a legitimate place to put a save point.
This is a, you know, I've said this a lot during this playthrough, but this is a really unsettling area.
Yeah. This is an interesting idea I just had. I don't know. You just got map fuel?
Yeah, okay.
Interesting idea. Maybe James's descent. So tying it into what those things are. You know, they're stitched together poorly. They're cobbling along. Could be the remnants of his humanity.
It's possible.
And as you kill them, he becomes more and more inhuman. Not inhuman in the awesome Marvel sense of the word,
Right.
but inhuman as in the monster that he is on the inside.
Toluca Lake, Tath's main tourist attraction. This clear view of the lake is another set as well. May seem like just a typical ghost story that you might find in any number of old towns across the country.
Like
but
the
in
Ghost
these days, yes, legend is true. Fog-bound November day, 1918, the Little Barons, a ship filled with tourists failed to return to port. A newspaper article from back then simply says it most likely sunk for some reason. Despite an extensive police search, not a single fragment of the ship or any of the 14 bodies of the passengers or crew has ever been recovered to this day. In 1939, an even stranger incident occurred. Many corpses rest at the bottom of this lake. Their bony hands reach up towards the boats that pass overhead. Perhaps they reach for their comrades. So that could also be referred to what we read earlier, that memorial marker dedicated to those
who lost their lives under the water. It just seems creepy that that book would be in, you know, because you got the hunting rifle. those 3 doors down there to check out? Actually, I kind of like that theory. That the flesh monsters are the last remnants of his humanity.
I like it.
And, I mean, it explains why the town seems to get darker and darker the more you fight them.
The more you encounter them.
Yeah.
You did go in that big room there, though.
No. That's probably why. Yeah, I can't get to it.
Alright.
What's after the prison?
The hotel.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
This just seems so out of place for a prison. Like, what is this? The prison theater?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a ticket area. Yeah, it's an ornate door there.
Yeah. So why would that be in a prison?
Just check out all these areas here.
And every once in a while, we just hear this rattle
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
That you're like, making that noise. It seems to be getting closer. So it seems to be louder.
It at least seems to be aware of you.
Yes, in some way.
So what's interesting here is static. What's that? There's something in this.
What is it? What is it?
It's called the unknown prison.
You never.
Just that.
That's creepy, dude.
And then you got a little
little shrine in here. Yeah, that's one of the creepiest things.
A wax doll. On sacrificing the art of demon summoning. That's cool. Turn of the Seer. Beast of the Succubi. Fallen Angels of Mercy and Favor. So shouldn't worry about these too much.
Now, see, that's interesting because that was a lot of the mythos of the first game. There's a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it dealt more specifically with the cult of Silent Hill, you know? The Order. And this one, it's a very personal story about James, and that's all. You know, so it's interesting, you know? There's these little things. Yeah, that's it's obviously the monster place that playing area. A yard. Where you get shit.
Does James get shit? So they either get skewered or hanged, strangled.
Hieroglyphics?
Yeah.
With a hanging
man. Do you have all 3 tomes?
Yeah. We'll come back when we have all 3.
Where's the 3rd one?
We'll come back here. So this is the execution area.
Yeah.
Obviously. It's spooky because, like, any other game, I think this was a boss arena.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like I expect to run into the butcher or something. There's something in there with you. So again, we're hearing
footsteps,
but no static.
Right. He's looking at something again.
I don't know.
It just sounds like nonsense. Well, for good measure.
I'm gonna go do it.
Those are very human grunts.
Yeah, they are.
Look at that, he's still looking at it. But he can't aim at it.
They seem to get ritual. The Book of Lost Monsters notes that they are in fact monsters.
That's creepy. Burning Man.
When you say the sound, it says, "Are you sure?"
Really? Tablet of the Oppressor. There you go, the 3 tablets. What? I just came in that door, now I can't get out.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Awesome. Creepy.
There was an interesting theory there on the wiki about what they represent. So, bloody footprints were those yours?
Yeah, because I was walking through a bloody corpse. Seems like we lost our meter.
It does, but you want to know something awesome?
What?
My computer's still at 100%.
That is awesome. That's one problem solved.
That is one problem solved. Does it matter what order they go in?
I don't think so.
So we have the Oppressor,
The
the
Seductress.
Seductress, and the Gluttonous Pig. Which
Like somebody just died.
what was that?
What was that?
I don't know. But what happened because you put the things in?
I don't know.
You can see the door's gone.
I'd be surprised.
What's that on the door?
It's a horseshoe.
What's that before?
That's what happened when we put the thing on.
Dude, this game's messed up. I just forget how messed up it is.
Yeah.
Like, I've only played it once. And I remember not enjoying it. What are you doing before the show?
I'll show you. We have everything we have to continue. Yeah, my wife's gone all night. So I can have Assassin's Creed to play. Get my mind off this.
Exactly.
So I'll keep myself up all night.
Yeah, I think we lost Mojo.
I was enjoying this conversation.
Us too.
Okay.
Oh, we put it in the... So we go down even further.
Yep. So, good old Silent Hill puzzle solving.
Wax doll. On the horseshoe. Yeah, melt it. Yeah, melt the wax. Yes.
Took me forever to figure that out the first time.
I bet so.
Yeah, nice little handle. Let's jump into the hole.
Let's do it again. I mean, we've
What is
done
this,
it.
the third one?
Yeah, this is the third one.
After we already went down that huge ramp.
Yeah. And he just lands on these hard tile surfaces with no props.
Yeah.
But we don't... Oh, we do have a map.
basement.
And there's only 4 rooms. And we can't get to the stairs. Which means... And 2 of the 4 rooms are locked. 3. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so we're in the morgue. And we go down the garbage chute.
No kidding, right?
Seriously, James.
You
Some
think?
horrible smell coming from the hole. Read.
You think? Another
Another
hole.
hole.
The corpse hole.
Yeah, make sure you got bullets in your gun.
Yeah. I can't now. He's asking. I can't see the bottom. How far does this thing go before it's like when you jump? Yeah.
I just don't understand how he's getting. I mean, how is he? You know, I mean, it's just highly.
See, now it looks like we're in a mine shaft.
Yeah. And we got the
Good old
siren, which is a sign of creepiness about what happened. Yeah, totally. Go for the shotgun, bro. If you're gonna shoot something, do some damage.
We've got a lot of ammo.
Yeah.
That's weird. It doesn't do the door opening mechanics.
Because there's another hole. This is our 5th one, by the way.
Yep. After we descended down the long ramp
Yeah.
under the lake,
going down again. Unless we go with the whole like PT theory where it's just an endless loop. Could be it. I can see that making sense. So there's the elevator. So we finally have a way out.
And it's going
And
down.
it's going down.
I'm not controlling
What's in the other door? Is it locked?
it. And I don't have enough material. Range in
I love this game, bro. Thank you so much for letting me play it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, we're in this together.
Yes.
That's the game that you're playing.
It's the game literally. We put ourselves in uncomfortable situations so everyone can experience essential pieces of gaming experience.
Which this really is. I mean, this
I
is
think
one of the
so.
best tools in video gaming. Oh, it's weird.
It's beyond weird.
It doesn't. You really have to think about it to dig out the narrative.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
Finally, I mean, after what, a good 40 seconds or so? We've done quite a ways.
Yeah.
And there's a save spot.
And
Which
now
in
we're,
video game
well,
logic
and now,
means
yeah, boss fight.
something's happening.
But you know, this is the most normal looking place in this. We just went through this creepy prison, and now we're like in an office building.
Well, it's just so improbable that there would be a huge, an elevator at the bottom with 4
Well,
shafts.
and not just an elevator, like
A work
a freight
elevator, yeah,
elevator.
a freight elevator that just opens to a single door.
yeah.
Don't open the door, man.
Oh, we're opening the door. That's what we do here. Boldly go.
Into the dark.
There's night.
It's not doing anything for you, dude. You got another game breaking glitch going on. I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Why does it do that to us?
I don't know. But it creeps me out every time it happens. Because no one else has reported anything like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Same thing happening again. Hold, please. Well, last time we had to cycle the
Yeah.
whole.
I just want to see if we're experiencing. At least we're getting it on footage.
See that? It didn't even load the save.
Mm-mm.
Dude, why is it doing this to us?
I don't know. There he goes.
It reset it.
Reset machine.
Even though we just quit the game.
Yep. That is a weird glitch, dude.
It's not a glitch.
Now, this is the first time I've played this HD collection. I never experienced it on the PS2 version of the game, so I wonder if it's unique to
Dude, I did like 2 hours of research to find if anybody else has had this. No. Give it a second, it'll pop back in. Yeah, okay. But it didn't happen last time we played it.
Mm-mm.
It's because it knows. It knows I did not want that door to open. So it did something to creep me out even more. The game knows, Cold.
F you, Silent Hill. I just feel really uncomfortable right now. I don't like that it's doing this to us.
I don't like that it's doing it to us either.
The game's playing us.
It is playing us. Oh my gosh. I'm done after this door. I think I've reached my limit.
Yeah, let's finish this area and
Yeah.
call it a night. Yeah, but...
Yeah, just, we're back at the apartments.
Jeez. That is a weird glitch, dude.
That is creepy.
So now this, remember we didn't have a map a minute ago. It said we have a map this area. But now, the map is building itself as we progress.
Empty hallways.
Yeah. So this part of the game is called the Labyrinth, by the way.
Of course it is. It's the Dharma Initiative.
Totally.
seriously does.
Oh,
And there he is.
this way was not.
True. There's nowhere else to go.
There's a few other little ladders. So we went down that ladder, came up on this ladder
Yeah.
after a big circular roundabout. We're getting really good stuff. I really wish people were here.
I know. That's why I kind of want to save it for Tuesday.
Let's get to our next safe spot and call it.
So we're in a different area. A lot more water. Yeah. Swimming guys now.
Well, that was that straight jacket that we did. I shot him and he fell down and I scurried off.
Okay.
Like that. Makes it better.
What? What is that? Speak no evil. What does that do?
Does it rotate this room here?
Maybe. Can you spin it the other way? Like side to side or just up and down?
And just up and down.
Well, that's not helpful.
That looks a little promising. Go.
There we go. More stairs. Hi, Maria.
I thought you died.
I saw you die.
You're alive? Maria, I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt bad?
Not at all, silly.
Maria. That thing, it stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Stabbed me? What do you mean?
It chased us to the elevator and then
James, what are you talking about?
just before. Don't you remember?
James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So, you're Maria.
I am. If you want me to be.
All I want from you is an answer.
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real.
That's debatable.
Don't you want to touch me?
I don't know.
Come and get me. I can't do anything through these bars.
Okay. Just stay right there. I'll be there soon.
That's not.
Settling.
Okay.
I'm fine. This game is so... What's the right word? I mean, we say creepy and unsettling. It is...
It's nonsensical. It's...
disturbing in its logic.
Yeah.
I guess the part that gets me is a human being, normal human being, out and about in the world. Maintenance.
Yes.
You know, I feel the same way reading a Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
Okay. A normal, well-adjusted human being
Made this.
created this. How do you get to it? More emptiness. More emptiness.
creepy because like even this map that's building itself is unreliable.
Yeah.
You know?
This whole area is very unsettling. I mean, because it feels so random.
There we go.
Something that looks like blood is partly illegible.
The body of a man, later identified as Thomas Orozco, lumberjack, age 39, was discovered in the lying face down. The probable cause of death was multiple stab wounds to the front of the neck and the left side of the torso by a sharp-edged weapon. The estimated time of death was somewhere between 11 p.m. and 12:30 midnight. Due to signs of a struggle in the room and lack of murder weapon, police are considering this a homicide and have opened a murder investigation. Furthermore, given the fact that the cash was in the room was untouched, and Mr. Orozco had a history of drunkenness and violence, the police suspect that the motive was not robbery, but a crime of passion. And remember, Angela's last name is Orozco.
And she had a knife with blood on it.
Yes. And she kept talking like a child, like, I'm sorry, as if she was an abuse victim. So, should we leave it at that?
I hate when they put the save point outside the door.
Or do you want to open the door?
What's on the other side of the door, Colt?
Let's do it.
More newspaper articles. You can't read them.
No, Daddy! Please don't!
Crazy sauce is that.
So this monster it represents sexual assault. If you look at it, the frame that's like a bed is two walls, one forcing itself on top of the other, and then all the things around this room, all those holes with the pulsating things, they're thrusting motion. It's very heavily designed sexual assault. Dan Build with some heavy stuff.
That is super creepy.
Are you okay?
Let's throw the TV on.
Angela, relax.
Don't order me around!
I'm not trying to order you.
So what do you want then? Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same thing. You're only after one thing.
It's
No,
smart,
it's not true at all.
even though
You
it's
don't have to
completely
lie. Go ahead and say it. Or you could just force me.
but artistically, it's
Beat me up like you always did. You only care about yourself. You disgusting pig.
Angela.
Don't touch me. You make me sick.
So at this point, I'm sitting here questioning how much does she know about James?
right.
Is she saying these things? Is she just lashing out at him because
He's a man.
he's a man?
You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
Yes. She was ill.
Liar. I know about you. You didn't want her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
That's ridiculous. I never.
See, but he doesn't finish that sentence.
No.
He's not sure.
I think that's a good place to leave it.
I think so.
Yeah. Can you go back to the save point?
It was this way, right?
Yeah.
Just through this door. That's a pretty important piece of info to mull over.
Yes.
So, that's why when I was talking earlier about the other people in the town, and if this is in his head, what do they represent? That seems very specific. Like, parental sexual abuse of a child. How does that involve James? Him and Mary didn't have a child. So it makes me wonder, is it almost like these consciousness are interwoven because of whatever evil power of Silent Hill in the real world that's there? Because it was built upon a burial ground and had all this dark history with, the Silent Hill Order and all these evil things happening. So is he called to Silent Hill to be tormented along with these other people, and somehow their consciousness... I don't think he is in the town. I think it's part of his head. But then, why are these people here? I don't think they represent
I have a
part.
theory, but I
don't
don't
think
want to talk about it yet.
Yeah, see, and I don't know if they represent a part of his psyche, or if there is some type of otherworldly, supernatural interconnection because of
I think it's a little both.
the town of Silent Hill.
I think it's a little bit of both.
But we'll talk more.
Yes.
So when are we playing again? Tuesday?
Tuesday. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Tuesday will be good. And we'll finish it on Tuesday.
I think so. We're near the end of this. There's one more big thing to do.
Yeah.
And then on to the hotel.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
And then we're going to play a really
We
nice
gotta
peppy
get some
game
happy stuff in here.
like Disgaea.
That's some great game. Well, if anybody is watching out there, I don't think so.
Nope, just us.
So,
Awesome. We'll
Anyway.
see you guys soon.
yep, bye.